we drop all the latest celebrity tea, sports tea, any kind of tea, and we discuss how we feel about each shared story. We give our own personal opinions. We ask each other questions, and we try to figure out the moral of the story, the lesson to take away from every story. Because just like us, celebrities are human beings too. They go through things too. All my special guests request the box. Kingy as well, my amazing co-host. Please go ahead and request the box. Again, we do Amazingly Ari every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mrs. in the building.
Yeah.
What's up, Mrs.?
Hello. Y'all, I just made it.
Thank you, Rexus. I appreciate you, Mrs.
You right on time.
I just put the
Little-
sausage and the corn in the kids' plates with the shrimp and hurry up and ran to my chair because we just got home.
You looking a little snazzy over there.
This is just laundry day stuff right here,
I like that crew neck. But we're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves. Mrs., I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor to you first. Let them know
I'm
on the
Mrs.
screen when they can catch you.
Okay, so I'm top badge Mrs. You could catch me in the morning time sometime, or you could catch me from at least 10 p.m. all the way to about 6, 7, 8 in the morning. You could catch me on Getting Lit Show, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Be there or be squared. You could catch me right now on Anonymously Ari, and that's it, baby.
That part.
Period. Thank you, Mrs. And we have the beautiful Sixth Dragon that just came into the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone. Let them know where and when they can find you. And don't forget to hit her with a fave.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
But hi everyone, my name is Six Dragon. I've been streaming for like a few now. I think that I've been streaming since like last year, but I had to go through the most and in and out of accounts, so this is my third account. And yeah, I stream per sporadically. So I'm trying to get back into like a specific routine, but I'm here, present, and we gonna have fun. So
Thank you. Jen, you can go ahead and request the box. Kinky, since we already have you. Oh, wait a minute. Jen, ladies first. I learned that from you, Kingy. Hey, Jen, what's going on? Introduce yourself. Let us know what you got going on and when they find you. That was a hard freeze. I'm sorry. I thought it was just
Who, me?
He was froze like
Kinky.
I'm gonna be right back, okay?
So when you can find me? Oh, okay. Oh, that's why he froze. He was like, that was cute. So I'm Jenna Juice. You can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Red Room Talk. This week actually is the 1-year anniversary. So I'm really excited. But if you don't find me then, you can find me late nights into early mornings.
Thank you, Jen, and Kingy.
My twin always think you know something. No, I was on the wrong Wi-Fi.
Okay. You was I wish I had a screenshot. You was like,
said, hey, look, a little streamer etiquette. Yeah, you could have said, hey, lagging. I was on the wrong Wi-Fi, but it's all good. I'm still lagging.
King, I ain't even catch it, so me and you was like that.
Come on, big dog. Thank you, man. Shout out to the panel up here. Ari, you got me over here in the corner with all these ladies. I don't know what to look.
I know you love it here. You love it here.
Shout out to the whole panel.
Facts. Make sure you guys hit everyone in the panel with a fave. I would greatly appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump into my first story. My first story involves singer Shakira, and she's actually on trial right now for tax fraud. Shakira has been through a lot the past few years between her and her husband separating, and she actually found him having an affair with a younger woman. And let's not also forget, Shakira was literally attacked by wild boars a year ago. So she's been going through it, yeah. Then to put the cherry on top, she has an escalated tax evasion case that can actually make her serve up to 8 years in prison. According to People and AP, Shakira is going to trial in Spain to face 6 counts of tax fraud. So that sum in question is $13.9 million in taxes that she owes in Spain. And I'm sure like a lot of us is just thinking like this is the normal like celebrity thing, trying to skip out on paying taxes and avoiding having to make tax payments. But her situation is a little bit different. With Spanish law, if someone spends less than half a year, which is 182 days living in Spain, they're not only responsible for paying taxes on income earned in Spain, but they're also responsible for paying taxes in other countries, wherever they go after that. The saddest part of this story is the only reason why Shakira was stationed in Spain is because that's where her soon-to-be ex-husband is based for soccer. So she's pretty much been collateral damage. She was first accused of tax evasions since 2018 for income that was earned way back in 2011. So my question is, this happens way too often. Do you guys believe many celebrities have been targets to people who just want to get something from them and who are not out for their best interest?
Okay, so I'm gonna speak first. My thing is, what a lot of celebrities do is they don't know they own business. So when you have 50 accountants or 30 managers and, you know what I'm saying, you're not taking care of your business, then you only finding about it after. So I think if a lot of these celebrities actually do the time to actually be involved with their paperwork and stuff like that, then maybe a lot of this wouldn't happen.
I agree. I feel like a lot of times celebrities are focused on their craft rather than what they need to be prioritizing their time about. Because if you think about it, like if I'm a celebrity and I'm an artist myself, so if I'm worrying about my music, like I worry about everything, right? Because I have the time to. For them, it's like they have shows, they have all of these things that they are working on and they're focused on. And even their fans that they don't even pay attention to what they should be paying attention to. That's more life inclined to affect their life even more. So to the point where now it puts them in a deficit, or now it puts them under the law, right? And so I feel like when it comes down to, like Mrs. says, when it comes down to having too many accountants that are actually in the point of taking care of them, as opposed to them taking care of themselves, it puts them in a barrier of not necessarily like taking care of themselves, you know? And after it comes down to it, self is about actually paying attention to you as opposed to working on just your craft, because we could all worry about what our occupation is. We actually take into account of that's actually making us money. But once you're making enough money, you're going to have eventually money taken out from your priorities that you're not taking care of. Right. So I feel like a lot of times they don't take into account of what actually matters in their life. And I feel like had they done that for themselves, it would be much more organized.
Agree. Very well said. Jen?
Yeah. So I definitely agree. I feel like kind of like what you and I have talked about, even about myself, like when they have secretaries, like how you say you need a secretary to kind of organize. Well, you don't realize when you have all these things on your plate that how much you really have in front of you. And then you start to forget things and be like, oh my God, I forgot I got a show today, or, oh, I forgot this. So you start to delegate that to other people, and everybody doesn't, they don't prioritize your things like you would. And when you delegate those things and then they don't prioritize it like you would, they drop the ball. And so something like that, I feel like she delegates that obviously to accountants and secretaries, and they drop the ball. I mean, so sometimes that's why it's always kind of like I should just do it myself. But when you're a celebrity, you don't have time to really do that. So you're really kind of at the mercy of the people who you hire.
And that's it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Kinky, your thoughts?
Yeah, I remember seeing this. I remember seeing this story on Instagram. I remember thinking like, what you got the Wesley Snipes on, because you hear about, you hear about it, but then you don't hear about it. But honestly, in the business world, it's a common thing for artists and just celebrities, actors, any celebrity. It's a common thing for them to be evading taxes and stuff like that. Because like I said on the panel, you know, a lot of people don't even know. They just spending, or they might have an account, or they might have some shady stuff going on within their account. But, from it's kind of it's a tough situation. But at the end of the day, she should be able to pull this off with all that money that she got. But at the same time, we don't know what her finances look like.
Right. And I kind of skipped over it, but in January 2018, she actually paid $25 million in taxes that were owed. So I know we talked about putting our time into the right things when we're focused on our careers. But my question to you guys is, do you guys believe that most celebrities don't count their own money?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
I'm gonna say that's a big yeah.
With me, I'm gonna be all up in my what transaction happened in the last hour? What I just get on my phone off my card? Who unlocked my card? Like something gonna have to happen because baby, I need to know. I'm good about money anyway, so I might not even need an accountant because I know where I want to spend my 10 million. I don't need nobody to tell me.
Facts. And someone in the comments said, except the street dudes. I think they're the main ones who don't count all their money.
Girl, hold on.
And I'm saying this because, especially when it comes to like rappers, they don't deal with their money. The money goes to the management. It doesn't go straight to them. So it goes through other hands before it even hits theirs. My last question, you guys pretty much already answered it, but I'll ask it again. Do you guys believe it's important to have an accountant, not only an accountant, but someone that has your best interests?
I think.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I feel like it does. Like, yeah, for sure. Because I feel like if at the end of the day, I feel like when it comes down to that, having one solid person have is knowledgeable or does have your best interest at heart to the point where it's like I could take care of take care of that for you. Or when it comes down to having a second-hand person just be organized, help you organize. You're dealing with so much on your plate. I think that is imperative to have at least one person. But if you don't have one person, I feel like it is important to have people in your circle in general that has your best interests at heart. So at any given point, there is an emergency, you can turn to those people who do have their there's no, backstabbing or even disloyal people in your circle.
I agree.
Hip hop. Say it again. Hold up, huh? Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, loyalty is definitely earned and is not given. It's the same with respect. You have to earn it. If you don't have my loyalty, then there's no point in which you deserve to be in my circle. Period.
I agree. Oh,
So like that's what I said. So I think about when I think about this, I kind of think about Britney Spears' situation. Like sometimes the people that are closest to you be not trustworthy too, though. So I really feel like it's got to be someone like when I'm telling you, like Kingy, I'm kind of his right hand guy, girl. I'm kind of his right hand girl because like we both know that we got that trust that we, I mean, shit. Or oh, never mind, this ain't feature. Sorry. But you got to make sure that you have that person that you truly trust, because it even be your own family sometimes that you can't trust. I mean, I look at how her dad did her and how he delegated her money, and then now he controlled her with it. So you got to be really careful who you have in your corner.
that was a good comparison. Kingy.
Yeah, most definitely. That's basically where I was about to say. You know, it just takes a certain professionalism when it comes to someone that you look for to managing or help manage your money, and most definitely, I think it's very important um, that you have somebody that you can trust.
I agree. All right, that's the end of that story. We discussed Shakira actually um, having troubles in Spain for tax fraud. The next story we're going to talk about is actually something that we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. Um, 3 people arrested in connection to killing PNB Rock. 3 people have been arrested in connection to the robbery and killing of the Philadelphia rapper. The LAPD actually apprehended a teenager whose name was not released due to him being a minor, and Chantel Trone, who are both suspected of being involved in the murder. On Thursday, the third suspect, Freddie Lee Trone, who is also the father of the underage suspected teen and the husband of Chantel, was taken into custody by the Las Vegas Criminal Apprehension Task Force. So it was actually a family, son, husband, wife.
Yeah.
It was said that the child is the one who shot and killed the Philadelphia hip hop artist, and his father was the getaway driver. The mom slash the wife was actually an added on accessory to the crime. And it was also stated, this story just it gets worse and worse and worse. It was stated that the 17-year-old was actually on parole while the crime happened, and he actually had an ankle monitor on. Yes, but they weren't monitoring the ankle monitor at the time. So it's being shown that it was a robbery, shooting, killing. Now that we have all the clues that this was a family that did this, can someone ever do something to you where you feel like you need to now get your wife involved or your child involved?
No.
I'm
I
really,
feel like
I'm
that's
really
like a
shocked at all of this.
it's like a abuse of power. I mean, I'm gonna honestly assume that this father or whatever has manipulated them into this. Because like, think about it. You know what I'm saying? If they would just go with something like that, especially something so sinful, something that powerful to take someone's life. It's got to be a desperate situation of some sort. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some sort of manipulation. There's got to be something that has led up to that. Like, there's obviously was abuse there previous to this. I'm assuming on the wife and the child's. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be something for you to go that drastic. And then, yeah, to plan it ahead. So now when this goes to court, this is premeditated. This isn't obviously like we just are desperate and we just plan to just rob this man. So now we premeditated it. So now this is the well thought out. So this is like,
I feel like if I was the kid, if I was a 17-year-old, I'd be acting like John Lee Malcolm. Like, I'd be like, look, they've been telling me to do this stuff since I was 3 years old, and I was scared of my dad, so I did it. Like I'd be crying the blues, baby.
It's sad, but clearly this is something that the mother and the father are okay with, and it's really scary because you have a couple that's married, you have a family, and you would hope, that they would instill something positive into their child's life, being that their child is out on parole. Your child is out on parole.
Right.
I feel like when it comes down to that, it puts two different points into my head. It puts the point in which I feel like not everyone is deserving of having kids because they use kids to their advantage to get things done for them, and it puts them in a banner. Because now the kid's life is over. Like for killing, for infiltrating and influencing and encouraging and trying to discipline their child into doing something that they know is wrong, that they know they want to get caught up in doing. It's like, why would you use me as the pawn to, as your child, someone that you claim that you're supposed to love and have morals and give those morals to your child? And it's like, now you're ruining my life. Like, how are you supposed to be my parents? That's not being parental, having parental guidance. Like, we when we were younger, we had our parents sign signatures and all this stuff. Like, this is goes against all of that. It goes deeper than that. It's deeper than what it is on the surface. It's
I
like,
agree.
what was going through his head? Like, should I be doing this? Like, or am I going to be disciplined by my parents if I don't do this? You know what I mean? Because my parents told me so. Sad. It's really sad.
It's very sad.
I think okay, so there's another thing that I think. So there was a conversation that I think I was having with someone about teenagers going out in the hot heat with coats on. Like, think about it. You can't be my teenager and just gonna walk past me with a coat on because I'm gonna think that you strapped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if parents actually were aware of certain stuff that their kids was into, we don't know the whole story. But I think a lot of stuff could be prevented in the street. A lot of killings would be prevented if parents only just took that 5 fucking minutes. Excuse my language. If they took that 5 minutes to actually see what's going on with their child, be in their life. Today I was at school, a 15-year-old boy trying to holler at me, talking about something he thought I was 15. Why is you pushing up on me anyway? Like, where is that okay? Like, but I think it starts at home. That's it. Like, it starts at
I
home.
agree.
No, big facts.
I don't see no comments, y'all. Nah.
Yeah, that's crazy. The whole family. I mean, it's not social pressure, and I say that because they probably. What about their parents? The parent. What about their parents? They probably were brought up the same way, so it's like a domino effect in a sense, and it's just some people's mentality or whatever. They just another statistic of that type of lifestyle. It's pretty sad though.
It's very sad. Like I said, I know that we discussed this article for the past 2 weeks, but I just wanted to update you guys on the new added on information to that story. It's very sad. I really hope the family does get justice, regardless of it all. Our next story, again, just to catch you guys up, welcome to Anonymously Ari. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I have my co-host Kingy with me, and my amazing guest is Mrs. Jen and Six Dragon. Make sure you guys hit them with a fade, please, and thank you. These are great people. We have a great panel tonight. We previously discussed Shakira's tax fraud situation out in Spain, and we also just finished up discussing the new details and evidence that was in regards to the killing of PNB Rock. So next story, we're going to discuss NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy is a 2-year-old rapper, also known as Kentrell Deshaun Golden. He's now welcoming his second baby with his fiancée, Jaslyn Michelle. This is now NBA YoungBoy's 10th baby at the age of 22. The couple didn't announce the date that their baby was born, but they both shared the same picture of YoungBoy feeding the newborn on Instagram. YoungBoy is a father of he's a father to 8 other children with 7 women. He is also a father to his son, Kentrell Jr., who is 20 months old. He shares a baby with Ayanna Yaya Mayweather, who is Floyd Mayweather's daughter. He shares a daughter with Cody Capri, who is 2.5, whose baby is 2.5 years old. Earlier this year, the rapper announced he was expecting by posting a picture of his fiance's surgery, his fiance, a baby bump and engagement. I'm sorry, y'all. He then confirmed the engagement with a second baby on the way. The young rapper is actually being drawn comparisons to Elon Musk and Nick Cannon over his growing family. Though he doesn't often publicly comment on his blended family. My question is it okay for someone to have multiple kids with multiple women as long as they're taking care of them? In you guys' opinion, there's no right or wrong.
No. Because if you in Louisiana for 6 months out the year, that means I'm in New York for 6 months out the year with no help. No, I wouldn't care about the money, but no, it's not okay.
Then you're not spending time with your children. There's no way you can divide your time with that many children. Like, and dude, do you pull out at all? Like out of a garage, out of anything? At that point, you know what I mean? That's just a. And then the women, let's just cut him out of the equation. The women, like, how special does that feel? I'm gonna be honest. I don't have kids yet, okay? So even when I'm thinking about my future mate that I'm going to have children with, I don't want someone who's got a ton of kids with a ton of women. And that's okay. Like 1 baby mama, 2 baby mamas, even okay. I can dig that. Okay, but I don't feel how special to be. I'm baby mama number 8, the lucky number 8. Because you think he's gonna be with you if he's not with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? Come on.
Look, but I seen the girl.
Where's the
Instagram.
desperation? You're that money hungry that you're okay with just getting knocked up by some dude because he's gonna give you the money to take care of it. And then let's just admit this: a lot of these rappers run out of money.
Let's really talk about that.
Fast in a hurry. Quick, fast in a hurry.
Like, it's just, you're not going to pay attention. I don't think it's right because I just feel like when it comes down to having a child, like, and even if it's like 10 kids, like, that's just too many. And especially with 7 other baby mamas, like, you got to take, that's just one person. Like, that's just 1 kid for 1 baby mama. So, and then that's baby mama drama. You know how too many baby mama dramas. That's just too much. So to deal with that, and then to deal with your kids, and then look at Nick Cannon. Now he's building up his legacy. Like, you know, there's men and female perspectives, and then you got the man that think that, oh, I'm gonna have multiple women to create my legacy and build it up and have multiple kids and all this stuff. And I'm just like, no, but it's the kids aspect. You have to take care of the kids too. Like, it's not even about baby mamas at that point. It's your kids and the kids' time. Like,
when I think about like George Foreman with the George Foreman girl, how all his kids, like, that's a legacy. All your kids by the same baby mama, and you got multiple kids with 1 woman. That's a legacy. You're a joke. Right. And let's not talk about just the kids, but the fact that you're obviously out here having sex raw with all these women. I'd like, let's just talk about the kids. Let's talk about the diseases you're probably.
Well, didn't they say he had the herp anyway? So I'm kind of curious because he did have the herp.
You got the gift that keep on giving.
And I was just going to say, nobody said nothing that he got.
He had the herp with that girl, Janaya.
He got the big H. So, you know, hey, so it's just more for me. It's just, these women, you know, that want to have these children with him, knowingly having unprotected sex with him and knowing that he has, you know, the H around this thing, and you know, it's just it's like um you gotta look at it from the other side too about these women. You know what I mean? So
What kind
they
of women
a
that
lot
is?
of them, a lot of them just looking for, you know, a quick come up. You know what I mean? And it might not seem like it to him or whatever, but or he just really just, you know, out here having fun. He young. He's 22 years old. Um, it's a lot more wrong with him than this situation, but we'll just leave it at that though. So yeah.
Look, I'll tell them like this: if they're looking for a quick come to tag, I'll teach them the ropes. You feel me?
Well, we don't want
Because
them
they
on
don't get
YouTube.
no
You know,
quicker than
people be
that.
sleeping around on here, and we don't want the herps going around on tag. Okay?
That part.
Don't do that.
Right.
So clearly, you know, not every man is the same. But what do you guys truly believe is a man's purpose, or what does he even, or does he even have one when he goes out planting his seed in different women?
At that point, he has no purpose. I feel like he's just kind of taking a shot in the dark. You know what else? I feel like there is no direction other than just to have sex with multiple women, and not having any thought about it. Like I said, it's not just, you know, you're not just planting your seed at that point. Like you're not thinking about diseases. You're not thinking about you're not even thinking about the children at all. Let's be honest. You're 22 with 8 children. That is ridiculous. Okay?
I didn't have my first one until I was 23, 24.
Like, you can't even you're not thinking about the children. Like, because really, like, think about that. Imagine the kind of women he's with. Okay, first off, the women that are looking for a come up. And then when they realize that they're not going to be with this man, imagine just the lives of these children, right? Yeah, you can give these women money, but what kind of lives are these children going to leave? And then the legacy you're leaving for your children is that my daddy just out here sleeps with women, and then you're in the public eye. Everyone knows about your disease status. Everyone knows that you are out here just doing that. Imagine a child coming up and not feeling like loved because you're just a product of your dad doing whatever it is he wants to do.
I know this is a little bit off topic, but I was reading something yesterday about, they were talking about the Kardashians and how you ever notice that they don't really take pictures of all the boy children. It's always the girls. And like I was thinking
That's
about
where
like
money's at.
right, the emotional, think about how emotional that's going to be for them growing up. Like kind of like the same thing. You got 10 other brothers and sisters or whatever, and they doing this, you wasn't doing that. Like it's a child at the end of the day.
It's definitely hurtful. Last question, Kingy. You're the only man on the panel.
Exactly.
I mean, that's 4 baby mamas that possibly. I mean, if you
like I said that already.
That could be 4 baby mamas and 8 kids if you work right, you know? Just kidding, it's a joke.
So, Kingy, as a man with a son, if your son was out here making multiple babies with multiple women, would you sit him down and have a serious talk, or would you praise him?
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, man, a father of 2. I got 2 sons. You can, and as just a parent, period, you can lead. Just, you know, if y'all ever heard this saying, if you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So as a parent, you give your child the necessary tools, you know, and you guide them. But as an adult, I feel like an adult, you can say anything to him, but he's not going to respond. So you should just love. And I mean, of course, you're going to talk and have your talk, but I mean, how much can you say to him? He's a grown man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's got his own life and his own decision to make, you know. But and just as a parent, like I said, you just have to pray that the tools that you gave them are used. So
Speaking of which, like my son is in second grade. He told me today, like they moved him to a new class, and he said that they was saying bad words and stuff that they shouldn't even be. Like, so I have to talk to my child and let him know, like, you can hear anything that you hear at school, but you just know that you better not repeat it, and you better not bring it in my house. Like you as a parent, you got to. But they grown. But I mean, even if they're grown, like you could still talk to them.
Facts.
yeah, you can talk to them
Parenting
as
never
a
stops.
man,
Man to man.
you can tell him whatever, but at the end of the day, him as being a man, he gonna make his own decision. You know what I mean? Just like it might be a compulsion for him that he has to get out with all these women, and you know what I mean? It's like, you know,
Right.
it's serious. This might be, you know, it's just something that he does because he just feels like, oh, I made it. I'm a king and I'm a young king and I can do whatever I want to. You know what I mean? And you know,
Or there could even be some underlying like mental issues there, because a lot of men who and sorry this is coming from like thinking deeper into it, but a lot of men who out here and run amok with women really be questioning their own. So just gonna say it like that.
Now, I got two sons, so if there was a predicament where maybe one stray off a little bit and having numerous kids, I'm gonna try to like 9 times out of 10, like you said, they're gonna probably not gonna listen, but I'm gonna try to talk to them early as possible and try to get them on the right path to where either they got something, a hobby or something, like to do to keep them from wanting to be like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I don't have kids yet either. Like, I mean, I don't have kids yet, but when I do eventually have kids, like, I want to raise, and it is a son. Like, I want to raise him to know like the difference. Like, I would give him a perspective to understand the different dynamics as having multiple women with multiple baby mamas versus having just one specific person and building your legacy up with that one person and, you know, influencing them, you know,
Right.
this is the better path to go versus having to deal with multiple women, multiple baby mamas, and just trying to delegate time for them too.
Exactly.
I give you one more perspective too before we move on. Okay, I have 2 different baby mamas. All right, but how this situation, it's like, okay, I have 3 children in all. All right, my first my oldest son's mom, like we was high school sweethearts. Like we had been together, you know, for the longest, and end up having a baby. And when we broke up, that's when I met my soon to be ex-wife or whatever. So we had 2 children in the marriage. So it's like it's kind of circumstantial, or however you want to put it. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of no different than people. Well, it's kind of on the same lines of people having like 8 marriages. So people out here been married 8 times. You know, had different families. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it's like too, though.
That's a lot.
Speaking of another thing, like I would tell them again that if you have multiple babies, you're never gonna have no money. That's another thing, because you're not a millionaire.
Never.
So you gonna have to
You ain't
goddamn
gonna have
go
no money.
somewhere. You ain't gonna have no money
We can't
because
do
they're gonna
nothing.
garnish
We
them
not
checks,
doing
baby.
Yeah, they said that it's like $300K to pay for one child. So imagine multiple children, 300K times 10 again. Stop there. Like,
Bro.
it's not how it goes up from there. Like,
On
you
the
have
TV
to
show,
take
stop
care
it.
of your children. Like, that's it. There's no going back.
I agree. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the segment for celebrity tea, and I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, Kingy. Let me just reiterate one more time. Thank you guys again for coming to Anonymously Ari every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We discuss Shakira's tax fraud over in Spain. We discussed the 3 people that were arrested in connection to killing PNB Rock. And we also just finished up discussing NBA YoungBoy welcoming his 10th baby. And he's only 20 years old. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to my co-host Kingy, who is going to deliver the sports tea.
Yeah. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to the whole panel. Shout out to all the guests, everybody up in here. Let me see, man. What's going on in the world of sports today? Any football fans in here? Who y'all team? Some football fans in here? Basketball? You a football fan? Yeah, she was saying the Cowboys. Yeah, the Cowboys, y'all looking pretty good. No fans of the 49ers, no 49ers, no Rams,
Tampa
no
Bay.
Rams, no 49er fans up in here. Panthers, I see Panthers up in here. Philly, who all up in here?
Tampa Bay Grounders.
Okay. Well, look, most recent what's going on in football. A man files a police report after getting hit for running onto the field protesting. Have y'all heard about this? I don't know if y'all heard about it. Well, according to TMZ, the man went to the Santa Clara Police Department on Tuesday following the Rams versus the 49ers game and filed a police report. He claims assault from 2 Rams players. All right. So I'll show you the picture in a minute. The stunt the protester performed was to bring awareness to, get this, a trial involving theft of pigs from a farm. That's why he's doing this. That's why he's doing this. Okay. He suffered burn. He suffered burn injuries. What's y'all thoughts, man? What's y'all thoughts?
Wait.
If I was the court, I would sue him for wasting my time.
Right.
If I was the court, I would sue him for wasting my time.
Literally.
Where did this happen?
What?
I just felt like running.
Y'all seen it?
Isn't that the one that they hit him real hard and he was like really knocked out? Boy, please.
Yeah, so that happened, man.
And why did he do this again?
Okay, so he was doing this protest to bring awareness about a trial involving theft of pigs from a farm. Okay, theft of pigs from a farm. So that made him say, "All right, I'm about to run on this field."
I was gonna say
and do what I do, because somebody stole some pigs off my daddy farm.
Go where they throw the pig skin to never mind.
Jen, I know that ain't your people's. I just know it ain't.
I'm just gonna say one thing, okay? Like just hearing that before you even showed the picture, I was thinking of the Golden Girls, Betty White. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. Okay.
Right.
Right, Tasha. Like what? Like how else what else were you expecting? Like
I don't know. I really don't think he thought about anything that he did. Like I don't think he took any time to sit down and be like, okay, this is the plan, this is what I'm gonna do. He just got up and went. That's what it sounded like to me.
Right.
I'm not drinking no water. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, he wasn't expecting the players to tackle him. No, he wasn't expecting that. Normally, security comes over there like they the players and tackle, people that run on the field. Because believe it or not, it happens so much. Across all sports, people just feel like running out there. And they normally get banned from the games or like a lifetime bans depending on what they do and all of that. There. But yeah, man, let's move on to another story that's popping over here in the NBA world. All right, former ESPN sportscaster Rachel Nichols, if y'all know her, she was formerly on this show called The Jump, but is now called NBA Today. She claims she was spied on in her hotel room when a live feed kept running, and she was caught on hot mic saying Maria Taylor took over the 2020 NBA Finals coverage because she was black. And so I remember when this story came out in 2020, and I really liked Rachel, and so she was like kind of branded as this racist for making those comments, but it kind of was taken out of context. Um, she just appearing on the All the Smoke podcast uh, with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. She told what she say. She said someone decided to spy on her after she accidentally left on the recording equipment. When they heard something they thought was juicy, they picked up their phone and started recording the conversation. She said. Um, Reports from ESPN PR department said no wrongdoing in these recordings. What's y'all thoughts?
First of all, always think about what you say when you're in mixed company. First of all, let's be honest. You don't say anything like that, especially if you don't under the people who are around you. You don't know who's around you at any time, and you're in a
No,
place.
she was in her private hotel room.
But then who was in there to record
No,
her?
it was an app, and it was still running, and so she didn't know.
Well, then guess she should have shut it off, huh? Guess she should have shut it off.
She learned a lesson.
Yeah,
Yes, I know where to
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah.
You can't
say that outside. Like, okay, even like I said, think about the company, but okay, even if you're behind closed doors, that just means that's kind of how you feel out in the open. You're just keeping that low key. I think when I think about that, I think about closeted racists. I think about stuff like that. And I'm sorry, but as a white woman, I would never say that even behind closed doors. So you got to really think about. But how can you take that out of context?
All right, so let me put into perspective and tell you kind of what was said by just paraphrasing a little bit. So basically, she all right. So what she said, Maria Taylor, that was the lady who she was talking about on a private phone conversation. She was like, Maria Taylor is a great she's great at her job. She's a great analyst, but I feel like it would be wrong for the NBA to give her let her do the coverage of the finals just based on diversity. All right. So what was going on was this was like around the time when there were a lot of BLM protests. There was a lot going on. Remember those times when it was right around the time when George Floyd was murdered. All right.
Right.
So the NBA felt like, oh, we got to do something. We got to shake this up. So, man, this could have been, you just say if this was you and you on your job and you've done this job, you've been an analyst for 20 years and they've told you this is your life dream to cover the NBA finals, and they say, well, would you let this lady do it because because of race issues? Because it's not because my thing is like they were using her as a scapegoat. Yeah, they were using her as a scapegoat to cover up, all the years of their like ways of mishandling race and all that within the league or whatever. You know what I mean? And so I was kind of mixed about it because I was feeling like y'all, but then when I dug deep into it, that's when I was like, okay, I kind of see it from her perspective. She didn't disrespect the lady at all. It wasn't racist what she said. What she said was, how y'all just
threw her in there to have a minority on TV versus having someone who's qualified and
qualified for the position. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So just because she said that on a private phone call, and then this was in Orlando, when the finals was in Orlando. It's actually I looked it up. It's actually illegal to record somebody without their knowledge in 11 states. And Orlando is Florida, so Florida's one of those states where it's actually illegal. So it's a lot of shady stuff around this whole story. So yeah.
Right.
So I have a question then. If she worded it differently, do you think it would have been the same outcome? Like, it still would have been an issue as to what her thoughts are or opinions are in such a situation?
Yeah, I feel like no matter what she had said, they would have done that because the NBA they're trying to protect themselves from looking like some type of way, and she's pointing the finger like, look, she's basically saying in layman's terms, look, I'm not racist. I've never been a racist, and this, that, and the third. I just want to do my job. You know what I mean? And I don't have anything to do with, you guys trying to paint a picture that the NBA cares. You know what I mean? And so that's what it was about. You know what I mean? And so that's why I say they took it out of context.
Like y'all threw her in there just to protect yourselves, even though you guys weren't obviously worried about minorities. You just threw her in there to try to cover up to save face.
Right, and they fired, and then they fired her. So.
Outing them at that point, you know. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what that's about. But yeah, that's all we got, man. For the world of sports, I got a little more, but we'll save that for next week, cause man, yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys, I appreciate you guys for coming through. Again, we do this Anonymously Ari every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I want to thank my amazing panel for coming through. Tonight, we actually discussed Shakira's tax fraud over in Spain. We discussed the three people that were actually arrested in connection to killing PB&B Rock. We also discussed, last but not least, NBA YoungBoy having his 10th child, and he's only 22 years of age. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And if you guys could please introduce yourselves again, let everyone know what you got going on, where they can find you. I'd appreciate it.
Owner of the app, been a top streamer as long as they came out. Bet in the game. My name is Mrs. Make sure y'all favor me. Catch me on the Getting Lit show, 9 o'clock p.m. Thursday nights. Catch me tonight right now. Catch me live tonight. I ain't been live in a few days, y'all, so I would love to see y'all faces. You know what I'm saying? Turn up a little bit, but that's about it.
Thank you, Mrs.
Bye, y'all.
See you later, love.
Sierra, I stream sporadically, but I'm trying to get back into it so that I can eventually get my top badge. That's a goal of mine. Since this is like my third, but third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. So we're gonna say that. And yeah, I have good energy. If you want to hear any topics, I dance a little. I be singing. I'm an artist. I do my work. I'm gonna try to do workout streams again, but haters, they be trying to hate on me and try to get me banned. So there's that. But yeah, you guys catch me. We can turn up, I be lit. Good energy, good vibes. And yeah, period. Thank you, Ari, for your platform.
Thank you, beautiful. I love your energy.
Thank you. I love yours too. We match. We match. And I appreciate all the entire panel. Y'all were great. It was a great discussion. I had a lot of fun, especially being back that I'm back on the app now. So I appreciate all of your time and all y'all energy, and it felt great. Yeah. And I already paid all of y'all, so hope y'all paid me back. But thank you, Ari. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, beautiful. Six, don't give up. I know you said this is your third page. Don't give up. Keep grinding. If you have any questions, please feel free to always come back and ask me any questions. Jen.
I was about to say, I am your host. No, excuse me. I'm Jen and Juice. I am the host of the Red Room Talk. You can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week actually is the 1-year anniversary, y'all. It's big. This is huge. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. So I would love to see all of y'all there. Kingy is going to be on the show this week again because That's my twin in them, and why not, you know? So make sure y'all tap in. The topic is going to be love versus lust. It won by a landslide in the polls, so make sure y'all tap in. And then also I stream late nights into early mornings. So yeah. Oh, and then I'm gonna do graphics also for the Getting Lit Studios. Getting Lit show every Thursday at 9
Thank you, the gin to my juice.
p.m. I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
Likewise. Love you too. Kingy, wonderful co-host.
Man, shout out to everybody pulling up. Rello, I see you anything, man. Shout out to everybody in the audience, the whole panel. Of course, the host, Ari, you know, keep doing what you're doing. You know, we proud of you, you know. But yeah, come check me out tomorrow, man. Matter of fact, come check me and Rello out in the morning, man. We're gonna be turning up. We got throwback Thursday. Y'all know how we come every Thursday morning, 9 a.m., Tuesday, Thursday morning. Make sure y'all pull up on us. Special edition Throwback Thursday in the morning, and then tomorrow night, Get Lit. We got some brand new artists gonna be on the show, so you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, I'm out of this thing.
Thank you so much, Kingy. I appreciate you. I love you. Go be great. Rello, are you live right now? Do you want to share anything that you have going on? Do you want to hop in the box? Share with us what you got going on before we close it out. Rello, where you at, Rello? Rello's probably gone. Probably left that quick. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end it out, you guys. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming through. We do this every single Wednesday. We do this every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Make sure you guys come through. If you're interested in ever being on the show, send me a message through Instagram. Rello, hop in the box.